Welcome to the Perspectives of the Bible. If you haven't subscribed yet, you're missing out on a treasure trove of insights that can profoundly transform your life. Give us a thumbs up and hit that notification bell. Trust me, you won't want to miss the in-depth explorations we bring to you. Today, we are embarking on an enlightening journey titled God's Promises in Difficult Times, a study on the book of Isaiah. The book of Isaiah, often revered as the fifth gospel, offers more than an ancient compilation of texts. It's a profound reservoir of theological wisdom, intricately laced with rich imagery and deep emotional resonance. Within its expansive pages, we discover urgent warnings that continue to resonate, alongside extraordinary promises from God to humanity. To fully grasp the remarkable significance of Isaiah, immersing ourselves in its historical context is vital. The era in which Isaiah prophesied was marred by profound turbulence, political instability, the looming threat of warfare, and a dire moral decline within the nation of Israel. This multifaceted backdrop creates a fertile ground for Isaiah's divine messages of hope, restoration, and unwavering commitment to his people. Take a moment to reflect on one of the most comforting verses in this remarkable book. Isaiah 41:10 declares, "So do not fear, for I am with you. Do not be dismayed, for I am your God." This scripture transcends mere comfort. It embodies both a divine promise and a directive aimed at dismantling the paralyzing fear that grips our hearts. Consider how fear, a potent adversary, can cast a long shadow over daily life. Worry about future uncertainties, anxiety over personal health, or feelings of isolation can dull our vibrancy. The words of Isaiah compel us to recognize and remember God's steadfast presence interwoven throughout the tapestry of our lives. This reassurance possesses the extraordinary power to profoundly reshape our perspectives. So, as we the challenges of life, how crucial is it to ground ourselves in these enduring promises? Engaging with these sacred texts fosters a space in our hearts where God's assurance can take deep root, empowering us to rise above the anxieties we face. Now, let's transition to Isaiah 43:2, a passage rich in meaning. "When you pass through the waters, I will be with you." This powerful declaration not only asserts God's promise of presence, but emphasizes his active involvement in our trials and tribulations. The vivid imagery of water poignantly evokes a feeling of being overwhelmed. Are you currently facing a season where you feel like you are drowning in challenges? This scripture invites you to view your obstacles as unique opportunities for God's strength to manifest rather than mere stumbling blocks to your faith. What practical steps can we implement to infuse this profound truth into our everyday lives? Begin by identifying what your metaphorical waters consist of, those challenges that seem insurmountable. Write them down, confront them bravely. This is an essential first step. Then declare Isaiah 43:2 out loud, reminding yourself that God stands unwaveringly beside you, even in your darkest nights. This exercise can drastically redirect your focus from despair to reliance on God, equipping you to navigate confidently through trials, anchored in unwavering faith. Throughout the prophetic writings of Isaiah, we encounter God depicted not as a detached, distant figure, but as our intimate protector and guide. Grasping this relational dynamic can transform fundamentally how we engage with him. By immersing ourselves consistently in the passages of Isaiah, we strengthen our faith while internalizing his profound promises. Embrace these truths as you traverse the rocky terrain of adversity. When facing hardship, we are called to stand firm, emboldened by the knowledge that we do not face our battles alone. In today's exploration, we will crystallize additional promises and life-applicable insights drawn from the book of Isaiah, designed to inspire and empower us to flourish, even amidst life's fiercest storms. In the midst of chaos and uncertainty, the book of Isaiah stands as a beacon of enlightenment, illuminating the richness of God's promises during our most challenging experiences. Isaiah, the prophetic voice from the 8th century BCE, spoke to a nation engulfed by severe moral decay and threats from aggressive neighboring empires. his messages resonate remarkably with the spectrum of challenges we encounter in our modern lives, reminding us that understanding these ancient truths can act as a stabilizing force for our faith. A foundational theme woven intricately through Isaiah's writings is the promise of restoration. Reflecting on Isaiah 40:31 encapsulates this beautifully. But those who hope in the Lord will renew their strength. This proclamation goes beyond trivial comfort. It captures the essence of our God as one who intimately understands our struggles. He does not overlook our afflictions. Instead, he actively reassures us that when we place our hope in him, our strength can be thoroughly rejuvenated, even amid life's most demanding seasons. This renewal can manifest in countless ways, perhaps as emotional resilience that follows grief, as healing of strained relationships, or gaining fresh perspectives as we navigate life's myriad challenges. Diving deeper into the later chapters of Isaiah, specifically from chapters 40 through 66, we witness the prophet employing intimate images to illustrate God's comforting nature, depicting him as a gentle shepherd tending to his flock. For instance, Isaiah 40:11 tenderly portrays God as a compassionate shepherd, gathering his lambs into his arms. Such resonant imagery reassures us that in our darkest moments, we are not discarded or forsaken. Instead, we are actively sought out and embraced through our trials by God himself, who cherishes our pain close to his heart. How can we take this comforting truth and implement it in practical ways? This could involve intentionally setting aside moments for prayer or meditative reflection, especially during distressing periods. Invite God into your challenges. Let him guide you away from despair toward renewed hope. Additionally, journaling serves as an immensely powerful strategy. Documenting your thoughts, prayers, and instances of God's provision can reinforce his faithfulness throughout trials. Reflecting on his promises positions you to build a solid foundation, enabling you to stand firm when life's storms attempt to overtake you. Moreover, through Isaiah's prophetic voice, we repeatedly encounter God's overarching sovereignty, as expressed in Isaiah 46:10. "My counsel shall stand, and I will accomplish all my purpose." In a world swarming with unpredictability, this affirmation that God's plans will prevail provides unparalleled comfort. When life unfolds unexpectedly, clinging to the truth that nothing lies beyond God's control invites us to cultivate a sense of security, trading our anxiety for trust. So, how can we actively integrate this assurance into our everyday lives? Yielding our trust to God's timing is essential, particularly when grappling with discouraging setbacks, whether related to job loss, challenged relationships, or health crises. Rather than succumbing to fear and doubt, we can choose to express our faith, fully embracing the conviction that God is silently but actively scripting our lives behind the scenes, even when the immediate outcomes remain obscured. Connecting with community support, whether through church services or informal gatherings, amplifies this trust. Sharing personal narratives with those who have encountered similar trials can provide uplifting encouragement. These testimonies of God's faithfulness resonate among us, illuminating tangible evidence of his goodness. To recap, the book of Isaiah is a rich resource overflowing with invaluable wisdom and profound reminders of God's promises amid life's challenges. By establishing a well-grounded understanding of these biblical truths and actively applying them in our daily lives, we not only empower our faith, but also cultivate the resilience needed to withstand the adversities we inevitably encounter. As we approach the conclusion of our exploration of God's promises highlighted through the powerful lens of the book of Isaiah, let's consider the broader context of our struggles. Isaiah's prophetic messages arose during periods characterized by national turmoil, political upheaval, threats of foreign invasions, and a significant decline in spirituality marked the lives of his audience. Yet, amid these dire circumstances, the prophet conveyed assurances that echo timelessly. One pivotal promise stands prominently in Isaiah 41:10. "Fear not, for I am with you. Be not dismayed, for I am your God." This verse transcends mere comfort. It reveals a foundational truth designed to engage us in recognizing the divine presence that envelops us even during life's fiercest storms. How can we actively apply this profound truth in our lives? When confronted with formidable challenges, whether health-related, stemming from loss, or arising from uncertainty, acknowledging God's unwavering presence equips us with immense strength. We have the chance to replace fear with steadfast faith through prayer, where actively communicating our struggles to God opens pathways for His comfort. By embracing vulnerability during our conversations with Him, we cultivate a deeper trust in His ever-faithful promises. Expanding our understanding of Isaiah 43:2 reinforces this message. When you pass through the waters, I will be with you. They shall not overwhelm you. This evocative imagery emphasizes God's active presence, reassuring us that while challenges may arise, they will not consume us. Challenges will undoubtedly surface, yet with God's support, we can navigate them triumphantly. A practical application of this principle involves maintaining a dedicated journaling practice, chronicling your daily battles alongside how they intertwine with God's promises. Take note of instances where you felt engulfed by life's challenges. Reflecting can illuminate the steady hand of God's truth. Recall relevant scriptures that strengthen your resolve against fears and uncertainties. By cultivating this practice, you deepen your understanding of the steadying nature of God's promises, providing an anchor amid storms. Lastly, let's reflect on Isaiah 54:10, which beautifully encapsulates this sentiment. For the mountains may depart and the hills be removed, but my steadfast love shall not depart from you. This verse captures the essence of God's unchanging nature. While circumstances may shift dramatically, His love and unwavering commitment remain constant. As you meditate on these powerful truths, let's hold firm to our faith, actively encouraging one another within our communities. Sharing personal testimonies of God's unwavering faithfulness not only brings encouragement, but serves as a significant source of strength for others. We are not merely receivers of His promises, we are called to be vessels proclaiming them, radiating hope in a world inundated with despair. To deepen our understanding of Isaiah's teachings, let's delve into God's multifaceted character, beautifully revealed through these promises. Isaiah presents God not merely as a distant deity, but as an actively engaged participant in our daily lives, yearning for the genuine relationship with us. Isaiah 30:18 powerfully encapsulates this. Therefore, the Lord waits to be gracious to you, and therefore He exalts Himself to show mercy to you. This scripture vividly illustrates God's eagerness to extend grace, reminding us that He is not simply lingering for our initiative. He is patiently longing for our trust and reliance upon Him. When life's burdens feel crushing or hope teeters on the brink of collapse, we must remember that God's mercy and grace are perpetually accessible. By cultivating gratitude and seeking His guidance in prayer, we unveil abundant pathways through which to experience His boundless grace. Engaging in community activities within our churches or participating in Bible study groups enhances our collective ability to uplift one another, anchored in hope derived from these promises. The synergy formed through shared faith among believers acts as a potent support system as we navigate through our trials. On a practical level, embracing God's promises necessitates conscious choices, countering negative or discouraging thoughts with affirmations grounded in faith, committing uplifting scripture to memory, or surrounding ourselves with individuals who bolster our trust in Him, especially during challenging times. Additionally, let's reflect on Isaiah 61:3a passage that poignantly depicts restoration. To grant to those who mourn in Zion, to give them a beautiful headdress instead of ashes. This vibrant imagery symbolizes transformation, beckoning us to anticipate restoration regardless of our current struggles. Let's challenge ourselves to reshape how we interpret difficulties through a lens of hope and renewal. Providing positive engagement within our communities to uplift those in need mirrors God's promise of restoration, inviting us to develop a cycle of enrichment where healing and hope flourish. By internalizing and embodying these principles, we cultivate strength within ourselves and guide others through their personal storms with courage and grace. In summary, The book of Isaiah is a remarkable compendium of God's promises, particularly when confronting life's challenges. As we navigate through our trials, may we immerse ourselves entirely in His Word, cultivating steadfast trust and reliance on His presence, love, and mercy. Envision the calming river, with mountains resolutely standing against the landscape, symbolizing God's steadfast love for you. It remains constant, even as life's circumstances fluidly shift. Make a powerful commitment today to actively engage with His promises through dedicated practices of prayer, journaling your insights, seeking community support, or simply sharing your reflections with those around you. Remember, the act of sharing hope today may very well hold the power to inspire someone tomorrow. As we embark on this transformative journey together, not only will you uncover strength for yourself, but also become a beacon of hope, radiating light to all who cross your path. Let's take the profound lessons gleaned from the book of Isaiah to heart, embracing a resilient faith that does not waver and fostering an open heart that actively seeks hope, illuminating both our lives and the lives of those we encounter. Thank you for joining us on this enlightening exploration. May God's abundant blessings accompany you through every challenge you face as you steadfastly hold on to His promises.